Kia ora everyone and welcome to the First Call Plus. Nice to have you with us here on tab.co.nz as we take you through some of the undercard races from our two New Zealand meetings on Saturday from Te Rapa and also Riccarton Park. Jason Tan and Aidan Rodley are here to preview those races, and we're going to start your way at Te Rapa on race number 5, the Bloodstock Achieving Excellence 1600 with $3.90 around Skywecker and Scrutinise. Jason Tan, your thoughts on the market?
Again, as we said in the first call itself, track conditions are going to be key. I look at a horse like Matimba and think that he comes into it really nicely as also the likely leader along with Silver Sassanov. It depends on Tegan Abel, Sam Collett, how they go at each other, but I can see with some aggressive riding Matimba fine the front, and he's well rated to run better than his odds suggest.
Exactly, this is how we've met the race, Jason, with Silver Sassanov leading, Matimba going forward on his outside. Leaves nice spots for Monracur, as we saw earlier on, that Stuart Lang very keen on this horse. Break My Stride into a nice spot and Scrutinise those getting back horses such as our Aberdeen and Athena Baby.
I wanted to ask you about Scrutinise, Jason, an interesting horse obviously that does have a little bit of a rap on it. What are your thoughts on it?
Well, he's obviously a high quality galloper bred in the purple. He showed when he was fresh that he could be in for a good campaign before just dipping and losing his rider last start at New Plymouth. The confidence in the camp that day as well was very high, so you'd think that would follow through. There's nothing to suggest it won't run well.
Aidan, how would you suggest making some money in this race?
Well, I'm a fan of Monracur. He's a horse who's got so much upside. Last time out, obviously, at Taupo was beaten by Sacred Rhythm, who's really stamped herself as a horse of quality. But prior to that, the form was outstanding. He'd won 2 of the previous 3 and finished 3rd at Ellerslie in good company as well. So, yeah, I think she's the horse to beat for mine. I know you've got one at value here.
Well, the two horses that I like, primarily Matimba. I don't know that he'll be able to get the lead off Silver Sassanov. If he can, then he'll run a heck of a race in this class. Skywecker I also like. I know Skywecker's taken a little bit of money on the win line in recent starts, but both of them rate really nicely. Both of them I have concerns if the track gets to slow and beyond, which is a realistic possibility at this stage. If you know on the day that it's around a dead 5, dead 6, then I'm happy to play them both. As soon as it gets worse than that, then I'm sort of holding off.
Okay, how about that? We'll be looking to go 3 in a row in race number 7 at Te Rapa on Saturday. Taking a look at this market for the Distinction Hamilton Hotel over 1,400 metres, $2.80 for I Got You. How about that $5? Legramore a little bit shorter at $4.80, a horse that you've got plenty of time for.
Yeah, I do like Legramore. Once again, she's an unknown on worse than dead. She's never been tried on that, but she's been finding the line each time from well back. Matt Cameron takes the ride and looks to be hard. A lot of money for I Got You, who was a $1.40 shot last time out and winning. So obviously there's a bit of quality in this race.
This is a good race, isn't it?
It really is. And this horse here, how about that? Like, I was pretty keen on Blue Shadow this day. I know how good that horse is, but this one on the outside might be a pretty handy one as well.
Well, he's won 3 and placed 4 times in 8 starts, only out of the money once. My Advance continues that association, and what an association they're building.
Sure is. That's well, 2 in a row, and yeah, she's just clicked with this horse, which has been great, and obviously, you know, might be a horse who's been underestimated coming through. The record is very good. Here's I Got You at Matamata. At this point, had gone up like a $1.40 shot. We think, oh, it's going to run away and hide. Probably doesn't do that, but there's enough about this performance to say here's a horse with a real bit of quality, a little bit of progression about him, and I think he's going to be pretty hard to beat here as well.
I actually wondered whether he was going to draw up, but I really liked the last 150 of that run. I thought maybe at the 250 what's going to happen with Onowa there, but he found, so I thought that was a real positive, that performance. This is your horse Legramore up against, you know, probably the most progressive Central Districts-based horse in Eagle Bay.
Yeah, exactly. And Eagle Bay's probably put 2 lengths on her at this point. She never shirks the task. Obviously, Sleek Secret sets the line really strongly for that joint second placing. But there's enough about Legramore. One thing about her, she always gets back, so she's always giving herself a job to do. But you know, in a field like this, as long as they run it genuinely, she's got to be a chance. And you know, who'll win 5 starts back, sort of stamped her as first class, you know. Her brother sold for $1 million last week too, so there's a little bit for her to be living up to.
Yeah, there sure is. Look, it's a race where there's a lot of quality, but from a betting perspective, I found 2 horses that I thought were at good prices. Firstly, Arraignment. Now, it's a premier day, and young Taika Yanagida is one of his bigger assignments. Arraignment, though, I thought trialled really nicely behind Island Bay recently at Cambridge. on his best form, he could find the front and prove hard to run down. Okay, by that stage of the day, how's the track going to be playing? Will it be okay to be in front? But if he gets his own rules in front, and I'm not sure whether I got you and Opie Boss in there that he will, then he's a nice price. And Keely B will run a better race second up. There's a very good second up horse, trained by David Green on the track there at Te Rapa. So there's a lot going in that race, Seven.
Yeah,
I really like it. If you
Yeah.
like one and you think you found an advantage in the market, you really can play.
Yeah.
You spoke about the breeding of Katie Lee by commands of Legremore. By commands out of Katie Lee. Does that give you any indication if the track gets any worse that she'd handle it?
Mum was probably better on top of the ground, so she wasn't. Yeah, I'm not so sure. You know, each horse is an individual, but let's hope she does get through it.
Okay, that's race number 7, the Distinction Hamilton Hotel at 10 minutes to 4. Race number 5 at Riccarton Park will be the next race we take a look at over 1,800 metres this is. 270 Who Dares wins, very good at Gore, Jason.
Sure was Who Dares wins, and I thought he was very good as well in the Dunedin Gold Cup last week. Who Dares wins.
He never gave it away, did he? He just kept on fighting. Who Dares wins. Drops to 54 after being 58 in Stakes Company last time, so that looks good, but Benzini is compressing this a little bit. Flag the Groom likely to go forward with the Real Deal, pressing forward for BB Hong, boots and all. And then those last 3, Who Dares win, Lafayette and Benzini will just take their positions, I think.
What will BB do? BB you've got outside of Chris, but do you think BB might press the button and try and...
I don't think there's a button to press. I think the horse presses its own button.
Yeah.
So he'll just go.
I'd say he might take his hook, especially with the 4 off.
I really like Flag the Groom as a...
I don't think he is 4 off. There's no claims in that race.
Oh, okay.
So there's a couple of jockeys, Sarek McNabb, BB Hong, who just don't claim in this race.
It will give you a bit of confidence, Chris Johnson, v the apprentices, though.
Yeah, exactly. And especially if he can sort of tack on the back of the Real Deal and you know, Flag the Groom's a pretty handy horse in his own right.
With that sort of pace, to bring a horse like Boots and all in, more on that in a moment. Here's Benzini running into 3rd here. Jason, a horse on quality, you'd say he's the best in this field.
Oh, 100%. It's just a case of will he get the race run to suit. 1+ is that every time he goes down to Riccarton, he runs very well. He's had 10 starts there. He's won 4 of them and placed 4 times in better races than this as well.
Yep. Well, he might be sort of a shade of his shadow of his best form. Certainly, that's one factor, that Riccarton form line, really important, Jason.
He's not far off his best form, but I agree. He's definitely. I don't think he's racing as well as he was maybe 18 months ago.
Well, this will tell us, won't it? Because he's coming into a race that is distinctly winnable for him.
That's right. He's a hard horse to place if he lines up tomorrow, and he can't be very competitive and win that race. Because then you really are restricted just to your set weights and penalties. But
I had him on top without any great convictions. I thought Flag the Groom was a big chance, and I'm a Boots and All fan, as you born to know.
All right, gentlemen, we'll leave it there on the First Call Plus this morning. Good luck with your bets over the weekend. Thanks for watching.